How's it going, everybody? Give folks a few minutes to settle into their seats, get their hot dogs, peanuts, popcorn, whatever it may be. An adult beverage, perhaps. Give credit where credit is due here. I've got FaZe Pyre as our first chatter. Shout out the mods who updated the title. Full disclosure, that's a mod, so I'm guessing the exclamation mark charity has been updated. I did include exclamation mark charity on my desktop stream, so it will be on the screen for everyone to see. So hopefully it is updated, but if not, I will just kind of explain as we go. We're doing a charity drive here during this stream, which we'll get into more as folks get settled in. Should really get some DMCA free music to go here while I'm letting people filter in, but I'll be popping in and out over the first 5 minutes of the stream. Then right about 7:05, we will kick into games. Got an action-packed schedule for you today. Potato to you too, Dylan the Dillo. I am not Cody K, if that's the question. I am Danny B. Do my best to fill some big shoes. All right. Appreciate everybody for bearing with me there. Got some folks in the chat. I'm sure more will continue to trickle in as we go. So mic check 1 2. Someone in the chat want to let me know I'm coming through. It looks like I am according to OBS, but you know, seeing is believing. First and foremost here, before we get started, wanted to give a shout out for the charity drive. Exclamation mark charity in the chat should pull up a link where you can. Yeah, there it is. They are, I think, offering to donate items that will be auctioned off in the upcoming PBE charity auction. Here, I can pull it up and we can take a look-see together. That link will take you here to the official Season 56 PBE Charity Drive item donation form. You plug up your username, whether you're acting on your own or on behalf of a group, although you should only do that if you're a job head or a GM, and then you just plug in what you're going to be offering up for the charity auction, you hit submit, and the charity team will auction it off. I know in the past we've done things like team uniforms, stuff like that. Where is my PB? There we go. Team uniforms, like Discord server roles. It's usually fun stuff. With that out of the way, let's take a peek at our schedule. We're going to be starting off hot with an off day right away. Then we will head into primetime game number 1, Indy and Nash. We'll go Providence, New York, NOLA, Seattle, off day. Minor league action with the Hepcats and the Swifties. We'll have a quick sim, and we'll have the Sloths take on Buffalo. And we'll close things out, sandwich the whole sim with off days. Because I am running solo here, I think we're just going to do the quick box scores. I will read off, the winners, the losers, and we can poke in if there's a shutout, a walk-off, something exciting. But for the most part, we're going to do quick box scores. With me not having a co-host, it kind of means you guys are the co-host, so we'll be doing hashtag Ask the Booth all night. If you guys have questions for me, I'll be doing my best to interact with you guys throughout the games. Otherwise, I'll just be calling a clean 9 innings. And last but not least, before we get into the action, we're going to be talking about some stats that the stat team brought together for me. Shout out Punk. They should be going down the ticker, but I will highlight the recent milestones: 1,000 stolen bases for Barry Allen, 75 saves for Rockfort Coatwold, 50 saves for Alejandro Abasai, 2,000 innings pitched for Brian Eshelman Jr., and 1,250 strikeouts for Wombat Jones. Some things we'll be keeping an eye out for: 1,000 hits for Vada Kedavra, 250 stolen bases for Damian Thriller, 200 home runs for Sean Carcrash, 600 runs for Tyler D. The Rage. He's also looking at 600 RBI. Troy Murphy is chasing down 450 walks alongside Scotty Sterling, chasing that same milestone. A century mark down, 350 walks. That's Trex Dan. He's looking at that. 25 wins for Steven Salzberg if he can pick up 2 today. Billy the Kid needs 1 for 75. Ransom Jones needs a save for 50. And Joe Kelly is 8 innings pitched away from 1,250. You'll be able to see those going down on the ticker. Dylan is the co-host. There you go. Shout out Dylan for being the co-host. And with that, we're starting things off right with an off day. We got to advance to the 25th, and then we will be advancing the 25th as well. And great work, everybody. 1 day down. Only took us 10 minutes. And we're going to come in hot next with the Indy and the Nashville primetime game number 1. What didn't Kelly do? Let me ask some real questions here. Joe Kelly, he's 8 innings away from 1,250 innings pitched. Getting done anything yet? Taking a peek at our lineups here, the Sim's going to favor the Indianapolis Apex in this one, all the way from the pitching. A couple of stars stand out. That's Jeff Hopkins in the 2-hole and Ford Lincoln Mercury in the 7 spot. Some players to watch. These Indy players don't have much history here against Romeo McFlourish, so not much to see there. Hayden Andrews Jr., the only one who's got solid plate numbers against him, batting .292 with a home run in 24 tries. On the flip side, much the same. We can look at Brent Goldberg, who's 4 for 19. Not great. Let's not look at him to stand out. In fact, their best hitter here looks like Edward McKinley, who's 5 for 20, batting .250. No home runs, but he's hot hitting, switch hitter. Could be a difference maker here. For your pitchers, 4.22 ERA for the right-hander Romeo McFlourish. He's taking on another right-hander and Warren Peace. He's sitting at a 5.58 ERA. Both guys looking to improve on those numbers. This should all be set up. We do have Simulate BNN on. I think the last thing I did was playoffs, so I might have to turn on the out-of-town scoreboard when we get in. Make sure the sim team isn't blowing me up because I have ruined everything. And, you know, as long as that's not the case, we will jump into game number 1. Away we go. All right, we got out of town. We're good, everybody. We're good. Oop. All right, leading things off here. We're going to start things off feisty. That's a hit by pitch. Enderman takes a cutter at 92, and then he's going to be picked off here. So we've got 2 pitches thrown in this game, no balls put in play, and we have an out. Quick 2 outs now. Inning is up to the hot-hitting Rosenthal. He's going to swing through the slider at 86. Kind of on the black, but close enough that you're swinging on 2 strikes, not able to reach it. I'll flip things over. The stars drew up. You got Drome, Hopkins, and Callahan. Drome will start us off with an easy grounder. Hello, Lucid. How is it going? Ooh, gotta remember which of my hotkeys is for a homer, because Jeff Hopkins sends that 1 yard over the fence. 405 feet. I hit Fumble Bumble. Not home run, but that is a 1-run bomb to open the scoring in this game. See if McFlourish can bounce back, put the home run behind him. Doesn't seem to be the case. He's now given a leadoff, not a leadoff hit, but a hit following the home run into a walk. Gets the strikeout of Summers, and the inning is in the hands of Levine, the designated hitter. He's a righty facing the righty, and he's not picking up that ball well. He keeps the bat on his shoulder, and that's actually the best pitch he saw on that at bat. It's kind of in that middle quadrant, but he just watched it go. Wasn't what he was looking for. So we'll grab some bench. As the DH, she'll have some time to reminisce on what went wrong. Not too long, though, as we have 2 very quick outs here. Warren Peace has brought the war today to the Indianapolis Apex, who are not able to find anything there. 2 clean innings, 6 up, 6 down. And we will turn the ball over to Romeo McFlourish, who's going to walk Lincoln Mercury. Romeo is having a tough time with this Stars lineup. They're hitting homers, they're putting the ball in play, they're taking walks. Just 1 run to show for it so far, but a good opportunity here with 2 on and no out. Make it 2 on and 1 out as there's a deep, shallow fly ball to left field. Drome now, a soft grounder, not able to turn 2, not able to turn 1. He beats it out. I thought the shortstop had an easy out there, but not able to get enough on the throw. As with the bases juiced, Hopkins come through big. 1 run is in, the 2nd run slides. He's called safe by the umpire. We've tripled our lead here to 3. Still just the 1 out, and we're back to 2 on, 1 out. Good catch there from the shortstop. And a strikeout of DeVille limits the damage, but Nashville is continuing to pile on the offense. Thank you for 5 months, GT probably. Heart crabs. My wife was once a Providence crab, the late, great Ruth Heater Ginsburg. As Gagne will score the first hit now for the Indianapolis Apex. It's going to be extra bases, a double into the left field corner. So their first runner in scoring position, and they will bring him home right away, wasting no time. A two-strike pitch is taken up the middle, and the throw home allows the runner to take second. So they'll call it a run-scoring single. He does take second on the throw home. And now they have a chance to make this a very close game here with a runner on third and now 2 outs. They'll take a hit for Callahan. Oh, they didn't get the out there. And then there's some kind of error on the play. Excuse me. And another fumble bumble there. The catcher is not able to cleanly field the ball here. And just like that, this game will be tied. Enderman was able to reach on the error. Callahan picks him up, brings him home, and now they see the catcher fumbled a wild pitch. He made an error from his own position, and then they'll go ahead and take off running, get into scoring position here for Rosenthal, who strikes out. Leave it to Ingram, the righty, who pops this one up right field. He's camped under it, able to make the easy grab. And just like that, we get a tie game. Quick out, followed by a walk. Romeo McFlourish has new life as his team has picked him up. He gave up an early 3 spot. Shortstop going to let him down there, not able to turn 2, but you can't give an error there. You can't ever assume the double play. They get 1 out, so good on that. This catcher is able to field his position well. That would be Rosenthal. Came up with an RBI last inning. He will retire the side. How's chat doing? Anyone have a good day today? Anything exciting happen? Or are we all just having a Taco Tuesday? I did have a burrito for dinner, not a taco, but it's theme adjacent. We got anything good on the plate? Yetef now will sneak one by the first baseman. He will round the bag as the right fielder took a while getting over to that slow roller on the line. You don't got to tell me that, Dogwood. I am in Savannah, and yes, it is 1,000,000 degrees. It has been every day this week. I let the dogs out at noon, and I don't have to yell at them for once to come back in. They are back by the front door within a minute or two, ready to cool off. Hey, Luminosity. What's going on in the game? We're getting a hit here in the left field. Leadoff man Drome, the #1 hitter, batting with 1 out here, and then a 3-1 pitch is taken for a walk. So 2 on here. Romeo McFlourish into a jam. He's been in jams before, was bad early, but of late he's been able to nail it down. There's a well-struck ball, but the center fielder had it played really well. He was shaded towards left, and that ball was hit pretty much right to him to retire the side. Ooh, grilling burgers. Burgers are good. Enderman now going to send a charge into this one, but not deep enough. 2 quick flyouts to the right fielder. Callahan won't get bat on ball. So War and Peace now is faced to the minimum to qualify for a win here, if his team can pick him up here. It's through 5 innings. And speaking of pick him up here, that one is out of here. I may have summoned that one, folks. Summers now. His first hit in the ballgame goes 405 feet for a solo shot to retake the lead for the first time since the 3rd inning. Here's a flyout into foul territory. And we have a pitching change here. Matt Hunter will replace the starter. And a wild one. That ball had some English on it. And he's able to beat out the play. This could be 2, though. They go 6-4-3 on the double play. So Matt Hunter comes in, lets one man reach, and then immediately erases it on a double play. You'll take that from your sort of setup man, your first guy out of the pen. War and Peace comes back out. He's not done yet. He's happy to have this lead. At about 65 pitches, he could be good here for another inning or 2. The Apex, they had a good 3rd inning, but outside that, they haven't been able to figure them out. That was a long at-bat, through 10 pitches there, but not able to come away with a hit. May have shortened his days. He's now going to be at 77 pitches, but should be good to pitch the 7th if the manager will let him. If you picked Indy, you know, could be starting to get sketchy. 2 on, no outs, and that one's headed for the gap. Shallow gap. They won't send the runners. I don't know about that one, but I guess with no outs, you don't have to test it. Anything deep here will score a run, and that's off the wall. 1 run is in, 2 runs in. The 3rd run will stay put at 3rd base. I thought they were going to tag there, and then I looked down at the field, and they were running. They eyed that better than me. An off-the-wall double there for Callahan. And now the runners will stay home on what turns into an infield single. An infield hit. Maybe took too long checking the runners. So bases juice, no outs. They'll tag on this one. It is deep enough. It should easily score the run, but no. They're very conservative on the sends here. And then the strikeout puts 2 outs on the board. So if this ends up being a 1-run game, maybe you circle that decision to not send. See Dylan's doing a little map play. Time is it in Europe right now? Very late, I imagine. As McKinley strikes out. Yetev strikes out. Warren Peace is 1 out away from finishing 7, and he will do just that. Only had 93 pitches. He honestly could come back out, face a batter or two, see how it goes. Grounder to the pitcher. 240 switch hitter and off. He's going to sky this one. The center fielder and the left fielder are fighting over it, but the center fielder calls him off, makes the grab. And Max Lovehammer will come in relief. He will strike out the first batter he sees. So now we'll take a peek at the dugout, see if it's the bullpen arm or if it's Warren Peace coming back out for one more. Here he is. 93 pitches, ready to go. Looks like he'll get an out here on a slow roller. Cotton Candy Man yells. We have another pitch delivered, and there's a strikeout there. And Sigmeyer of Katarina is into the ball game, so call it 7.1 for Warren Peace. Potential player of the game candidate there if the score holds here. As Sigmeyer keeps things right where they are. Gets the last couple outs in quick succession. Grounder to the shortstop. Looking for insurance runs here. Although secretly, when I play MLB The Show and I've got a 3-run lead, sometimes I just don't try too hard so my boy can get a save, you know? Gotta get him that big arbitration money. Nashville looks to be doing just that, as here is the save. It's the top of the 9th. They're down 3 runs. They leave Sigmeyer of Katarina in the ball game for the 1.2 inning save, and he starts off with a strikeout there. Sinkers at 101 miles an hour will get a easy ground ball there, and the game is on Goldberg's shoulders. The DH from the right side flies this to center field, where he will lazily walk after and make an easy grab and end the ball game there. Nashville takes the 6-3 victory here over the Indianapolis Apex. Put up a good fight, had a really good 3rd inning, and just were never able to score outside of that. Jeff Hopkins steals the player of the game. I thought for sure it would be Warren Peace. Hopkins did have a 3-hit day, 3 RBI, a run. The solo shot in the 1st inning. And we'll go ahead and hit our file save. I said earlier, I know more people have trickled in, so I'll say it again. I'm solo hosting here, so we're just going to do the quick box scores. I will call out the teams, the scores, and anything exciting. You know, if there's like a walk-off, a shutout, something we want to click into, we can check out a couple games here. For the most part, we are going quick. And leading off that train, it is the San Antonio Sloths taking out the Toronto Pathfinders 6-2 innings. Eater will pick up the win, foot the loss. Tran Trow is our player of the game. Next up, the Voyagers clonk the Crabs. That's a fun one, 6-3. Defending home territory there in New York. Moose takes the win, Holmes the loss. Jones a save. Moose Jr. picks up the win and the player of the game. OBX and the Surge. Alou stars for the Surge in the 11-7 win. Namanon takes the win for ERA on the season. Nansen will take the loss. Some trouble early in the first inning, it looks like, and Alou will be our player of the game. In Vancouver, the Vancouver hot streak will continue with a 3-1 win. They scored early and then stopped after the 5th inning, but that was enough. They held on. Lore takes the win. Phantom the loss. Cove your save. And they'll give starting pitcher Lore player of the game. Down in the Champions Conference, the New Orleans Rougarou will take a road win over the Seattle Sea Serpents 6-2. Eshelman Jr. the win. DeVries the loss. And Eshelman Jr. starting pitcher for the Rougarou will be our player of the game. Scorpions also taking a road win here against Cancun. 11-4 is the final. Russi will take the win. Martini the loss. Gnomes your player of the game. And an 11-5 loss puts the Space Rangers at 24, extends their losing streak. It's going to be Mick Goatface picking up the win for Detroit. Rubbish the loss. 0-7 on the season with a ERA almost into the double digits. Slamis is going to be our player of the game there. And we don't really need to talk about the Apex and the Stars. We saw that one live. Let's take a peek at the minors, where we will do much the same. Kingpins take a 3-2 win, a close one here. The Lemurs threatened to tie it in the 9th. They got one run in, but not able to do it. Ringy will take the win. Erickson the loss. Wooler the save, and Ringy is our player of the game. In Kansas City, Double Neck will homer 3 times, leading Kansas City to a 9-5 win. So let's click into this one. Let's take a look at Double Neck here. The cleanup batter for Kansas City was cleaning up 4 hits, 3 home runs, 4 runs, 4 RBIs. So was that a solo shot, a 2-run, and a solo shot? A single or something outside that, right? Yeah, no double, no triple. Pitching-wise, Pizzanator will take the loss. Legacy Point, the win. Gibson Double Neck, your player of the game, tying the minor league regular season game record for home runs with 3. Yeah, that's a tough one for the Bears. We might never find the guy who did this to Chaoticone. He's still out there somewhere. Someone apparently messed up Pizzanator's build. But we'll move on to State College, where the Dillos win despite a Duckley Jr. excellent performance. Is that the starter? No, that is the batter, the center fielder. O'Works will take the win. Feet the loss. Player of the game is Duckley Jr. Next up, in Puerto Rico, the Ranos will drop a game to the Wheelers. Wheelers win this one 11-5. Dirk the win, Yaj the loss. Your player of the game, D. Fernandez Jr. And last but not least, the Flamingos defend home turf against the Firehawks. Battle of the Birds here. 2-1 game, very close one, and 2 home runs in this game. I wonder, was that all the scoring? Was that a 2-run home run? 1 on. Yeah, so there was 2 home runs hit in this game. That did it for the scoring. Johnson takes the win. Jimmy the loss. Veja the third, the save. And Johnson will be your player of the game here for Florida. I think I already saved. I'm going to do it again. See if I won't. And we'll take a peek at our scheduler. Cross out a day here. We'll head to Providence. Well, we'll head to New York to watch the Voyagers take on their rival Providence Crabs. Up in the majors. It's going to be this gamer right here. Home Voyagers are just a little favored to win this. Count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. 10 Voyager icons going down the middle there. We will focus in on the pitchers as I turn my team sounds off. Lefty LeSean Maximus Marbondal, something that got cut off. Yep, a lot going on there. sorry about that. Yes, a lot going on with that pitcher's name. The 3.52 ERA is a good thing going on with him, though. He is not the favorite pitcher in this one, despite the fact that his opponent, the right-hander Taylor Adkins, is staring at an 0-4 season with a 6.23 ERA. He may as well be named Hercules Mulligan. But against Providence, Taylor Adkins has a whole other gear. He's pitched to a 1.42 ERA career, although no decisions. Batting-wise, Mo Scato's 11 for 29. He could be good here. On the flip, let's look at 5 for 7. Beryl Summers does not miss against Adkins. Total runs, odds, or even is your prediction. A lot of money down there on the side of even. And we'll get started. I guess statistically, odds got to be more likely, right? Because you can't have a game end in 0. The final score can be anything except for 0-0. So there's theoretically more odd numbers than even numbers it could be. Am I crazy? Is there we have a math magician in the chat who can tell me if I'm an idiot for thinking that? But if every number but 0 can be the final score and 0 is even. Quick 1, 2, 3 inning here for Taylor Adkins. This is Shower Thoughts with Plague live on the air. LaShawn Maximus Marbundalny, Pitch Lord. His first pitch of this game is sent into the right field corner. Technically, it's his third pitch, but I'm going to call it his first pitch. It's the first one we saw. Bonga taking the double there. He's going to get moved over to third, and on a fumble bumble, everyone's safe. And it's going to be costly pretty much immediately, as we're now going to have 2 runners in scoring position here on a Scato's double. Pitch Lord already in a ton of trouble against a team favored to beat him up. And it does not get better for Pitch Lord as that is sent into the right field corner there. I've been to that right field corner. There's some nice little high tops there. You can have a drink and watch the game, and if you're doing that right now, fan, you're living life well because you might have just picked up a souvenir fly ball off the bat of Otage. Thompson will provide the first out in the game, picked up by Providence. Payne doesn't want to be the second, though. We'll see if Dog is more obliging. 0 isn't odd or even. Yeah, I gotta disagree. I love that, though. Explain. I refuse. 10 out of 10. Quick 1, 2, 3 is not what just happened. We had a 4-run first. They just about batted around. Came 1 short. That looked good off the bat of Hernandez. But no sale. 2 quick outs here. If he gets the third, we'll have really a tale of 2 lineups. That's actually going to be good for a double into the gap. I was going to say we were about to have 6 up, 6 down versus a team that sent 8 batters to the plate in 1 inning. But Summers in scoring position. They could get their first run on the board, and that's how they're going to have to do it if they want to chip back in this one at a time. Cassius considerations not going to be able to do that, though. The cold hitting shortstop going to go below his 228 season mark here. Keep that cold symbol. Probably not a lot of games where Kreis von Christenberg, I think it was, is batting 172 and not the lowest hitter by average in the game. That honor will go to Quake, who's due up in the top of the third as Tag takes a walk. He reached on an error, so he is technically not hit yet. I think we're seeing a replay of the first inning as that one is deep drive into center left, into that kind of bullpen area over there. Scato's is now 2 for 2 on the day. He's going to have 3 RBI to go with his 2 hits. And then Otage is plunked. I don't know how long Pitch Lord is for this game, if he's getting wild here after giving up a couple of multi-run homers. Not able to find an out against Thompson, and this one I think is going to get ugly, chat. Yeah, definitely going to be a bullpen game at this rate. Could pick up 2 here. Oh, they only need 1. They got everything they needed. So he is only at like 50, 57 pitches, it looks like. I gotta do some quick math because it tells you their pitches before the current batter. And you gotta figure out how many pitches they've thrown to the current batter. Meanwhile, Taylor Atkins, he just threw his 20th pitch. So one pitcher is going to be at 24 pitches after 3 innings. And the other pitcher, I don't think is going to make it 3 innings. He's already at 57 pitches, although he does get an out on the first pitch here. He's going to need a 3-pitch inning to extend his game here. The Crabs, I think, would settle for a 3-out inning. And he does just that. 1, 2, 3. He sits Dog Tanaka and Von Crystal Hauser down in order. Baltz now sends a deep drive into left. He's on the track, takes a step in. Not quite able to muscle that one out of here. Just a long, deep out. And this is a fly ball on the infield. Taylor Atkins not working too hard in this one. Udo Bunga. I think Pitch Lord maybe found it. He's got 4 outs in a row here. Make it 5. Took him a little while to settle in. You could maybe stomach it if it was just a 4-run first inning, but after giving up 6 runs, this is going to be a tough path for the Crabs, but you got to give credit where credit's due. That is 6 up, 6 down. He has found the way, settled down a bit. Taylor Atkins, that was a deep drive off the bat, deep into right field, on the track. Oh, that's the second one that's been caught kind of up against the wall there. Crabs come close to denting Atkins' line in this game, but not able to do it. His back-to-back punchies following the deep drive to right field. Maybe while the Crabs are at bat... I'm sorry, that's the Voyagers. Well, the Voyagers are at bat. We could take a look around the league, see how things are going. Cancun got a 4-1 lead over DVS. It's the top of the 5th inning there. Detroit with a 4-2 lead on the road against Lunar Base. Nashville is falling 1-3 against Indy. The Sloths are up 6-1 in Toronto. Tie game in Vancouver against the Raptors, 2 apiece there. Buffalo's got 11 runs to OBX's 5, and they've got the bases loaded with no outs, so we thought the score was high in this game. They've already got a touchdown, a field goal, and they're going for more. Yeah, pitching and defense optional. It's kind of how it goes. You know, if you have the 11-run lead, you're probably not throwing your A bullpen out there when you can let those guys get a rest day in, let your more middle to worse guys eat some innings, and if they give up 3, 4, 5 runs, you know, you're still working with a lead. As Crabs still putting up zeros through 6 innings now. New York hasn't been able to add anything to their ledger since the 2nd. That was almost a laser beam home run. Instead, it was off the top of the wall, and the left fielder quit on that ball. I mean, it was in his feet, and he just watched the center fielder run all the way up to him to pick it up to throw it at the bag there. Ball hit right to the third baseman, means he's not able to score from third on that one. And we'll have runners at the corners here with 2 outs on a Tage walk. Scotto's now, he's 2 for 3 in the game, 3 RBIs, and a home run. He will fly this one on the infield. So, Voyagers remain shut out since the 2nd inning ended. And the Crabs have started to threaten a little bit. They've gotten these little extra base hits. That was a well-placed ball into the right field corner. No outs here. If ever there was a chance to add the lead, this is it. Dent Atkins' perfect day. That is the 3rd ball that the Crabs have put up against the wall there, but on for an out. And I feel like at this point I've just got to say it. Warning track pop. We'll have runners on the corners here with 2 outs. Atkins delivers his pitch, and the first pitch is skied to center field, and he is now through 7 shutout innings, giving up 3 hits, And just about perfect. Otage will send that one to shallow left. Thompson now on the ground to the second baseman. Makes an easy throw to first. Payne now for the last of the 7th inning. We're through 7 here in New York. We missed stretch time. Cotton candy. Here's Brooks. He will swing and miss at strike 3. A circle change at 74, bottom of the zone. Wasn't able to make contact with it. Another swing through there. This one on a cutter. 92. And trying to strike out the side in order. He will do just that. 3 up, 3 down. All on punchies. At least 2 were swinging. Can't recall if the third was a swing or a take. But for those of you watching our prediction, it's looking like even. We had a lot of runs in the first 2 innings, and it has been nothing but zeros since. Voyagers threaten here, actually, and as I say that, nope, it'll be on the corners. No runs scored yet. With a runner on third and no outs. It's not an automatic run, but you have a lot of good opportunities at it. Need to not strike out there. Base is juice. There's an out at every base for Tague, who has not been one of their better hitters this game. He's 0 for 2, but that's his second walk of the game, and he will walk in a run there. Skatos, who maybe has been their best hitter, he's going to take on Cabin Crunch. Sends a ground ball and it's fumbled. So another run will come in. They got to give an error to the first baseman there. Looked like the second baseman had to jump to catch that ball. And then they'll make up for it by turning 2. It's going to be a tough turn of 2 on the previous play anyway, so maybe the run scores no matter what. Either way, you'll be happy to see your defense do something in a situation like that to limit the damage. And at 8, we're back to even. Anthony Stover is in the game, so 7 shutout innings for the New York starter. Perhaps have had these doubles all game. It's like their 4th or 5th one, and they've had them with no or 1 outs. But pardon me if I don't get too excited, as they have yet to translate into anything meaningful. We'll get them over to third with 2 outs, and Summers on the ground. The third baseman dives, and there's an error for their first run of the game. The odds have it, folks. There's a deep drive to center field. That should be the last out of this ball game. And on an error, someone investigate that man. Did he have money on the prediction and he made the error on purpose? Yes, robust and meaningful run. And the prediction is total runs, not total earned runs. Although there were some unearned ones in the first too, right? We've got 6 earned runs. So the earned runs are even. The unearned runs are odd. Taylor Atkins, your well-deserved player of the game. And I earned some channel points. 40K, I think, was that Catacone who put those channel points down for me. Appreciate that. Take you around the league now, but not before we do a file save. Take a peek at the simming Discord like I like to do, in case I'm being yelled at. Every once in a while. Just the world's on fire, and I have no idea. I'm just peacefully streaming away. Not the case today. Everything is cool and happy. Taylor Atkins, our number 2 performer of the day. KP. Is that Kerry Kelly? Number 1 performer of the day. 4 for 4, triple. 2 homers, 7 RBI. That was in that big blow-up score game. We might take a peek at that one when we get there. Yeah, that ended 15-8. We can look at that box score. But to start things off, we are in Toronto, where the Sloths take a road win here, 7-4. 11 hits to 7. Tatum takes the win. Random the loss. Cranepool the save. Stewart, your player of the game. Raptors and Vandals. Vandals will defend home turf here with a 8-3 win. Beans gets the win. PKVS takes the loss. And, Hrishikesh. Hershey Kiss? Is it Hershey Kiss? We'll take the player of the game. Craps New York, we saw. Say, let's check this one out. I think a 23-run game is deserving of a closer inspection here. We had some home runs from Kelly and Tomlin. On the OBX side, we're looking at Richards, Essenbog, and Ghosty all hitting homers. And who specifically we're looking at? We're looking at Kerry Kelly, the number 2 hitter for Buffalo, 4 3 runs, 7 RBI, and the walk. Did a little bit of everything. The triple, the 2 home runs. No double. So a single, a triple, 2 home runs. Maybe one of these could have gone off the wall. We could have had a cycle. Almost. No cigar. Pitching-wise, Kelly will take the loss. Khan the win. Kelly not able to get out of the second inning there. In fact, the 7 runs scored all right there. And Kerry Kelly will be your player of the game. Not to be confused with Joe Kelly, who is whatever the opposite of the player of the game is. Down to the Champions Conference. I got the Apex and the Stars. We saw this yesterday. But the Apex take the win here over the Stars on the road. You know, I always pick the road team, so I got the prime time right. Usually one of the few who gets those ones. There's always a little home cooking, but not in this game. Apex take it 4-1. 2 hits for Goldberg, 2 hits for McKinley. I don't know why I clicked into this box score. Bad old habits. Callahan 2 hits, but you know we're here, so we're doing it. Ball takes the win. Calvin Ball, Bears legend. 1 earned run there. Mulder will take the loss. Mulder's also a Bears legend, right? 6 innings, 3 earned runs, and Calvin Ball, your player of the game. Nola and the Sea Serpents. This one is a close game. The Sea Serpents put 2 up in the bottom of the 9th, threatened to tie the game, had the tying run in the box, but not able to get it done. Schlossberg will get your win, cash your loss, a ball, save, and Schlossberg will be your player of the game. I had a season last season. I think other than that, I don't know how much of a stud you can say Mulligan has been, but I appreciate it. Appreciate the warm wishes. In Cancun, DVS taking on Cancun. Cancun wins that one 5-3. Pecora with the win, Bummus the loss. Gorgeous the save, and Pecora will be your player of the game. Demons pick up their second win of the stream here against the Lunar Base Space Rangers. It's 13-2. Real slugfest in this one. Strider takes the win. Yetef the loss. Your player of the game is Dollarson. He had a home run. And we'll take a look at the minors. We're going to start things off. Speaking of the Bears have the number 1 and number 2 performer of the day. That's a good sign. Wheelers will take game 1, though, from the Puerto Rico Ranas, 7-1. Each team with 8 hits, but the Wheelers were substantially more economical, perhaps on account of hitting 3 home runs in the game. Pythagoras will take the win, Practice the loss, McDougal the save, and Pythagoras is your player of the game. Bears top of the Cats 9-5 as Rayner shines. Rayner had a home run in the game. Express takes the win, Miller the loss. Rayner, your player of the game. Congrats on your 1 million PBE bucks, Wildcat Bandit. Swisti's down the Dillos 6-2. Swisti's defend that home territory. Kitmaker takes the win. Cologne takes the loss. Jones the save. Kitmaker, your player of the game. Good start from him. Flamingos nip the Firehawks in today's edition of the Battle of the Birds. 5-4. I mean, the game was in the 8th inning right here. Right? It was 1-1. They came into the 8th inning. The Firehawks put 3 on the board. Probably felt real good about themselves in what had been a pitcher's duel, getting a 4-1 lead. And then the Flamingos just jumped all over them. Hooked up 4 in the bottom of the 8th, and the rest was history as they won this one 5-4. And last but not least, we got the Lemurs and the Kingpins. Kingpins shut out in this one by the Lemurs. Smoltz will take the win and the player of the game as a starter who shuts out the other team so often deserves. Von Kautz will take the loss. We will cross another day off the agenda. Let's head into NOLA and Seattle. That's this one right here. Looks like Seattle favored here, plus they got the home field advantage, but watch out for War Smoke and Pass. Those are the Rougarou favored. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading that completely backwards. Watch out for Williams and the Alaskan Bullworm. Those are your favored. Or Rougarou. Dash Jackson, a dead heat with Measure McQueen. Predict with channel points. Over, under 10 total runs. You can predict over. You can predict under. You can predict exactly 10 runs. I'm going to put exactly 10 points on exactly 10 runs. Nobody else is allowed to bet there now. It is perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Really, I just want the potential to win a bajillion channel points for 10 channel points, but we won't talk about that. Let's look at our shiny batters here. I mean, take your pick from the top 3. I guess Honk Shu is only 7 for 33. That's not as impressive as it sounded in my head. But the 2 and 3 batter, both batting over 300. The number 3 batter with 3 home runs, a real potential difference maker in this game. On the flip, I mean, it's much the same. The first hitter's not bad, but the second and third are both hitting right around 300 with 3 home runs between them. Cleanup batter Dustin Becker has had some real good success with 4 home runs against Dash Jackson. Get your exclamation mark charities in the chat. Don't forget, you can put something down that will be auctioned off for charity. And without any further ado, still not getting yelled at in Discord. I guess if Catacone is here, he could just yell at me right from Twitch chat. Wouldn't that be fun? Honk Shu gonna lead the game off for us. Shortstop, switch hitter, batting from the right side of the plate against the left-handed Michiro McQueen. Got a 1-1 count here. Last pitch was a cutter at 96. This pitch is sent into left field. Absolutely blasted into left field corner. Looks like another cutter at 96 for a stand-up double to lead off the game. Ground ball there to the second baseman for a quick out. And that had a loud sound. It is into the left field corner, and it is over that fence for a 2-run home run. The Rougarou have greeted Measure McQueen quite rudely here, and they would like to continue that with just 1 out. Plenty of time to do so, and another hit will fall in. Measure up around 20 pitches already now. He'll deal with Alaskan Bullworm, the catcher. Gets the strikeout there, took another 7 pitches, and Steel Flex now will have the fumble bumble. Passed ball there. Steel Flex takes his walk on a 3-1 pitch. Just off the black there. Then this one's driven deep to right field on the track at the wall. He phases through the wall to catch it. Challenge. Throwing a challenge. Players are already off the field, so we'll let it stand. 2 runs, almost a lot more. Nobody's hurting more than the right field wall, though, that just had a man bus on through it. Dash Jackson now working with the lead. That's the best feeling for a starting pitcher. You throw your first pitch of the game, and you've already got 2 to work with. Like, you can make a terrible pitch, and even if it goes for a home run, you still got a lead. Until you walk a guy, and now he could be in some trouble if he gives up a home run. But he'll get out of the jam here. They'll take the quick out at second base. Are we talking Usamase? Is that what's going on? I'm like in those circles, next to those circles. Not overly familiar, but I know that is the hot topic right now. I would have to create an account. I have a good friend who's trying to get me to watch the anime with him. I actually have seen the first 2 episodes, so I'll give you that. But I've never played the game. I saw a Cadril play the game. I just outed myself as a League of Legends psychopath. As Williams strikes out here, and Measure McQueen puts runners on again, but this time keeps them from scoring. Cadril Usamase's stream was very entertaining because he's like a shoutcaster. So, yeah. What more do you need? Zach Johnson will strike out. Healer now into right field. It's going to be like when we did the Pokemon themed awards that one time, and half the league was up in arms, and the other half of the league was like, "This is the greatest thing ever." I was in the greatest thing ever camp, but you know, not everyone in agreement on that one. Strike 3 to Bosher. This game has remained 2-0. Bullworm down. Here comes Steel Flex. Looking for his first hit of the game. I think he had a walk his first time up. Won't find anything here. So we're through 2.5 innings. Grounder to the third baseman. Strong throw there. Mihire up to the plate. Sends it to center. Hey, sometimes you just got to be a hater, you know? Be true to yourself, and sometimes that means being a hater. We do need more runs. I have my 10 points on exactly 10. Did anybody join me on exactly 10? No. Sweet. If there is exactly 10 runs in this game, I'm going to be a very rich man. Right now, just 2. Doesn't seem like the hitters are in a big hurry for there to be more than 2. It's just back-to-back punchies. Courtesy of Rysan the third and Hinckley. Hunter now. At 229 on the year. He will put it right up the middle. That was over the second base bag. Couldn't have timed that any better. But he's not going anywhere off that first base bag as Shu will strike out. So it did strike out for all 3 outs. Becker now with a grounder to second. Pass now with a grounder to second. Johnson will not go grounder to second. He puts one into the left field corner. Hit well enough at the left fielder that he's not able to make a big turn there. Both teams now in the 4th inning will strand a runner on first base with 2 outs. My friend did get me doing a Radical Red playthrough. We could have done a PBE intro of Pokemon. That's about what I have to add to the Usamase chat. Has a double play turn there. Majuro McQueen has settled in nicely after a nearly disastrous first inning. Yeah, I played it like 2 or 3 years ago. That one's off the wall. I thought that, with the slow trot, I thought he was going to make that catch, but off the wall, a triple for Hawkins. And Seattle is looking to score their first run of the game here with no outs and a runner on third. Strikeout here. I think there was a big update to it, as there's the first out of the inning, the second out of the inning, but it does score the run. Seattle on the board has cut the lead in half. Clean base path now for Arenado. What are you talking about? Radical Red is like a Pokemon Fire Red ROM hack. With they've changed some stuff to make it more fun. Quick 2 outs here for the Rougarou. Rysan the third now, pop up into foul territory. First baseman waves off the catcher, says, I got this, and he does in fact got this. Benjamin McQueen still in this ballgame. He's over 100 pitches now. Took 100 pitches to get through 6 innings, but that's a quality start once all is said and done. Dash Jackson also still doing his thing. Just kidding. Here comes Baron Samdi to replace him. So yeah, when Menchiro gave up 2 runs and then nearly a home run for 3 more, I would not have predicted him to be the pitcher to go deeper into this ballgame. But he's done just that, finishing 6, while Dash gets pulled after 5.1. And perhaps pulled too soon, as Seattle has tied the ballgame up pretty much immediately. Baron Samdi comes in, gives up a hit, gives up another hit, and now a stolen base. He's very safe. 15 stolen bases for pass. Runner in scoring position, they could take their first lead of the ballgame here, but a nice sliding catch from the center fielder holds the runner right where he is. It'll take a single now from Healer, who had a good arc to it, I feel like, but not enough on it. It ends quietly in the left fielder's glove. There's a single for Hunter. Nola looking to get their lead right back here with a 1-out single. The 1-2 pitch he tried to hold that they say he offered. Pretty close to being a strike, too. With 2 strikes, you probably should just be swinging at that. And then a fly ball here to left will retire the side. Ruger not able to take that lead right back. You're rapidly running out of time to get to 10 or more runs. But don't tell that to Hawkins, who just puts one into the left field corner. Makes a big turn at first, slides into second. First style points. Have I mentioned cotton candy? There's an out at first base. Mihire will fly this one up on the infield, so no advance from the runner on third, Hawkins. And that soft grounder to the shortstop will retire the side. Seattle keeps threatening to take their first lead of the ballgame, but hasn't been able to do it quite yet. I will say, I think we're due for extras, right? Surely. Runner into scoring position now for Nola with no outs. His name is Williams. Don't often you see a designated hitter steal a bag, but we just did. Bullworm now with 1 out. We'll take a walk. So we got an out at 3 bases, third, second, and first. We'll see what Steel Flex does. He finds the out at home by striking out. Should have counted that. Now the eating is into the hands of Rysand, who will strike out looking. 2 on, full count. Looking's a tough way to go down. Pitch that was pretty well in the zone, too. Smoke now will strike out. Back-to-back punchies. That one on 3 pitches. Not an immaculate inning. I didn't see the first batter, but we got a ball here. He does strike out the side in order, though. 3 up, 3 punched. Nola are not looking to lose this game. But they're going to have to take a lead here if they want to do it without going extras. Fly ball to left. Left foul ground. Nearly to the third base dugout, I guess I should have said. Leadoff man Shu now into the game. Good play from the shortstop. Had to dive to get that one, so they'll call it an infield hit for sure. 1 on, 2 outs. There's a fly ball to center field. Camped under it is Pass, who ended last inning. We're on walk-off watch now. Johnson the third with a chance to end the game. He will swing and miss on 3 pitches. Juicy Jumbo in the game to keep things right where they are. Does issue the free pass to Healer. Hawkins in now. At Falls, just past the shortstop, so 2 on. 1 out. Reese now. Ground ball. This could be 2, but they go 4-6-3 double play. And we are getting some free baseball, ladies and gentlemen. I've been graced by the presence of Winston. Happy day. Feel blessed to chat, for you have been, whether you know it or not. We have a double into the right field corner here for Williams. Called a triple. No! Double was right. He had no business rounding the bag there, and he's out by plenty. What could have been a really good opportunity for Nola to take the lead and maybe win this game turns into an out for no reason. And then the fly ball to end it. Jeez. Plus, you've got 1, 2, and 3 from the Serpents due up. So you figure if they're going to make their move and win this game, they got the guys they want up. This is a tough stretch here for GC Jumbo. He gets the first guy punched out pretty quick, though. We'll hand it over to Arenado. Fly ball here to right. Jumbo does not look to be concerned about the moment. So now War Smoke is in. And he hits it hard, but right at the center fielder. We are headed to the 11th inning. What's up, Hummus? Yeah, the Woo-Woo are here. They're throwing away opportunities to win the game in exchange for me having to do extra innings, more extra innings. Seems like a good trade deal, for being honest. 2 quick outs here. It's up to Hinckley, the 188 right-handed hitter. Looked like a 188 right-handed hitter there as he flew out softly to the left fielder. Oh, thanks, Cody. Here comes the designated hitter, Decker. Ground ball to the shortstop. Paths are due up. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Puts this one into right field. It finds some grass for a knock. See if they send him. They do just that. Easily stolen on the catcher. So runner in scoring position for Johnson. Strike out looking. Pitch was kind of in the corner, and now we have yeet a ball in to replace Juicy Jumbo. We'll see if that decision comes back to haunt them. It don't. Quick 4-3 fielder's choice there. Hunter now, and that will break the scoreless extra inning streak. Huge shot off the bat. 407 feet to put the Ruger up 3-2. Followed up with a strikeout. Then a hit. You'd like to see them tack on more than just the 1 run, although the bullpen has been good. Williams now looking to chase Mills around the bases. Mills, I'm sorry. He will just get him to second, so in scoring position for Boucher, and that's past the diving first baseman. He's rounding the third base bag home easy. The throw is at second, but he's there easily as well for a double. The Rougarou have picked up a 2-run lead for the first time since the 3rd inning. Quick play from the third baseman retires the side, and the Seattle Sea Serpents have their work cut out for them now. Hot hitting Hawkins due up, and is this going to start the same way the last inning did? It's over the left fielder's head for a home run. Yes, it will. This is the only game still on in the PBE, folks. The out-of-town scoreboard is done a-ticking. But we've got plenty of life here as they just need 1 more run with no outs to extend this one. Strikeout from Reese. We're back to the top of the Seattle lineup. He grounds out to the second baseman, and here's Arenado. Also on the ground to second, and the Rougarou have done it. I had a feeling that that second run was going to be important, and very immediately it was. Hawkins tried to tie it up, the hot-hitting left fielder. Did all he could, but in the end, this will be a Rougarou win, 4-3, taking a road one from Seattle Sea Serpents. Jim Hawkins, your player of the game. That makes sense. He had 4 hits. He had an RBI. He had 2 runs. Did a lot this game. We're going to hit our files and our saves. And we will take you around the league. Starting things off with the Pathfinders. They win this one 6-5. Close game here. Sloss able to get within 1 in the 9th inning. Treadwell takes the win. Cranepool the loss. Littleton is our player of the game. Streaking Vandals win another one. Raptors still looking for that 4th win. They came very close to it in this game, 2-3. But a 7th inning run seals the deal. That's probably the Lansdale home run. Abassi takes the win. Duck the loss. Sheet, your player of the game there. We'll take a look now at the Voyagers and the Crabs. I think this is the final game of the series here, unless this is a 4-game series day. But the Voyagers will take this one 5-2. 11 hits to 6. Woods takes the win. Considerations the loss. Jones the save. Your player of the game, the starter for the Voyagers, Woods. Surge and the Aviators. This is the game that had like 27 runs yesterday, right? We would go from 27 runs in one day to and run in the next day. So let's take a peek. Bottom of the first, run scoring single. Probably some folks hadn't quite made it into the ballpark yet. Mio singled lead it off. Kelly moved them over, and then when it got to Cadavra, got the hit and the RBI, and that was the whole ball game. 4 hits for each team, an error for each team. Schramm goes complete game, gave up the 1 run, gets the loss. Kaufman goes 7 shutty, and Fittipaldi picks up save number 7 with a 2-inning save. player of the game, Colby Kaufman. You say lightning beats plane. It's like a lightning pin. We have any Age of Mythology enjoyers who use the O Canada cheat code, which was like a bear that would run around with monkeys and shoot lightning at people? That's how I imagine that fight went down, with a panda bear instead of a grizzly bear. But moving down, we'll skip the Ruger and the Serpents. We were there for it. Scorpions will take a road win over the Toros. Pruitt takes the win. Who the loss? Player of the game is Plainview in this 9-5 DVS win. Demons will complete the sweep at Lunar Base. Some bum taking the win. Smith will take the loss. Player of the game, Mulligan. See if that lasts. He's not doing good outside this game. And then to close out majors, we'll have the Apex and the Stars. Apex able to win this one 2-0. Looks like Bernard was able to shut out the Stars. LeBeau will take the loss. Quads the save. And Goldberg, you have the home run hitter. Oh, two home runs in the game for Goldberg, so that makes sense. Although I bet Bernard had a pretty good line there. Wait a minute. Is Bernard a cheat code? 7 innings, 0 earned runs. Probably should have been the player of the game. And a 0.48 ERA on the season. So let's get an investigation into that one. We'll hit an extra file save, and we will poke down to the minors, where it takes 11 innings for the Wheelers and the Ranas to find a final. What was a 1-1 game. The Wheelers go ahead and put 5 runs up in the 11th. Who's pitching in the 11th? It is a pitcher, okay. Yeah, that's crazy, right, Enoch? Like, I don't believe it. Where'd it go? It was this one, right? Yeah. 0.48. I could go back to the minors now. Yep, 5-run, 11th inning. Lucas takes the win, Moon the loss, and A Pope is your player of the game. Next up, we got Lemurs and Kingpins. Lemurs take the road win here, 6-2. 4-run, 6th inning, the difference maker. Alexieva takes the win. Mathis Hendry takes the loss. And Alexieva, is that how you say that? Is our player of the game. It's like the Hepcats take the rubber match here in the Bears-Hepcats game. It's going to be really funny when there's a 4th day to the series. But I see off day on the schedule, so I'm right. It is a three-game series, and this is the rubber match that the Hepcats will win here. Defending home turf, taking a 3-2 win over the Bears. 11 hits to 10. Casmiel will take the win, Bear the loss, and Crabula is your player of the game. And in the final game of the Battle of the Birds, the Flamingos will win that one. I think this was a rubber match as well. Flamingos win the series 2-1, winning this game 14-7, 22 hits to 13. That is a 35-hit game. Flaps takes the win, Powers the loss, Larquad the save, and Solo is your player of the game. And then to close off this best of 3 set, we've got the Dillos and the Swift Steeds. The Dillos take this one 8-5, 9 hits to 8. Wint takes the win, Ramirez the loss, Sampson the save, and DeLioncourt is your player of the game. Had a home run for the Dillos. I think this is possibly my 3rd save of the day, but you can never be too careful. As we finish the day, it is a PBE off day. We got nothing doing. So we'll go ahead and cross both these off our lists. And we're going to take you down to the minor leagues, where the Kansas City Hepcats will take on the State College Swift Steeds. All right. Doesn't look like either starter has faced the other team ever before. Pretty mixed bag when it comes to who's favored in this one. Prediction is up. Who scores more in the 5th? Will it be Kansas City Hepcats? Will it be the State College Swift Steeds? Or will it be the tie? Hitting wise, there's nothing to report either. So this must be their each starter here's first time facing the other team. So not much to report on besides the logos, which we already mentioned. So I think we're pretty much set to just jump on in, and we will do just that. It's gonna be compensatory draft pick taking on Nasir, and compensatory draft pick will face Buki Metz, the center fielder. Switch hitter batting left-handed here. This guy's one on the infield. Shortstop's got it. Takes command of all the infielders who were converging. Justice now sends the center fielder back to the track, but it's in his glove. Loud hit there. That'll be the first hit of the ball game into center field off the bat of Johnson. And Double Neck strikes out to retire the side. Slow now will lead things off for the Swifties against Nasir. He strikes out on a full count. Gother now will get plunked. No balls put in play yet, but we've got a runner on. Comes Fan. Right-hander sends this one deep to left field, and it's over into the bullpen out there for a 2-run shot. 385 feet went the home run. Got an early lead here for the Swifties. So look to take down Kansas City at home. Strike 3 called on Duckley Jr. Inning is now up to Blair, who checks his swing and takes a walk on a full count. Akris now. Lazy grounder to the catcher. Fielded his position well to retire the side. But not before 2 runs come across. Pitcher pays for the hit batter. Gives up a home run. Kirkland will muscle one over the infield. Pickoff attempt. And they got him. Unconventional second out. Unconventional 1-2-3 inning. I feel like you don't see too many pickoffs, especially in the minors. Right? How often do you see a pickoff in the minors? Today we saw. AJ gave me the Chaos mod one time, and I gave it right back. But, you know, sometimes I feel like it never left. There's a quick 3 outs for Nasir. It's into the left field corner for a double. Kansas City threatening to take a run back. It's running on the pitch, and there's no out, so it is over the center fielder's head. Looked like he could have caught it, but the runner saw something I didn't, kept on running, and will have one runner replace the other at second. First run on the board for the Kansas City. They have a good chance to tie this game here. The runner now at third with 1 out. Ball leaving the infield is all it took, and he did more than that. He singled into left field. We have a brand new ball game here in the 3rd inning. That was a foul ball not caught? Is that what just happened? And then a fly ball to the left fielder. OTP's given me all the weird animations today. We've had a guy through a wall. Yeah, whatever that was. The pick off. Keeping me on my toes. Two quick outs now. Swifties looking for some 2-out magic. And that might just be it. That's over the center fielder's head and into the little garage door area where the fielding trucks come out. 438 feet. In fact, that might have gone off the garage door. It went so deep. Good to get the Swifties their lead back, and then they'll follow up the long ball with an infield single. Blair now trying to rattle the pitcher, and this one could be gone as well. That's their 2nd home run of the inning. Make it a 3-run inning now, 390 feet. That was a line shot, laser beam home run, just into the stands there in left field. And the hit parade is not over yet. A lot of this happening with 2 outs. Confused now. First pitch he sees, he sends into right field, and I think Nasir is going to be not long for this ball game at this rate. Stays in for another batter. And no good deed is rewarded. He gets the out into right field. Thought that might drop. It didn't. 5-2 now after 3 innings. Kansas City was able to tie the game in the top of the 3rd, but Swiss Steeds stormed back with 3 more runs to get their biggest lead of the game so far. I feel like it started with that infield single. No, it started with a home run and then an infield single, huh? But we have back-to-back hits now with 1 out. Runners first and second for a World Eater. Right fielder will put one into left and a sliding grab there. Keeps the runners where they are. Tatton now with a grounder on the infield. They threatened with 2 on and 1 out, but they're not able to capitalize here. Swifties looking to pick up where they left off with a ball bouncing around the bottom of the wall. Now we will have a new pitcher in. It is Juan Legacy Point. Gets his man. Does allow the runner over to 3rd. Can't worry too much about the inherited runner. They'll set the double play up. They'll steal on him. Easily in there safely. And with a strikeout, it will now take a hit to get these runs in. And no hit is found there into shallow left. What did I miss? What'd the ump do? It does feel like Anuma Musechat is 413 feet. Into right field goes that one. I missed it. I was looking at Twitch chat. Took the first pitch he saw, a fastball at 89 miles an hour, and deposited deep in the stands. I'll follow it up with a double. A triple and a single away from the cycle in the inning. Double neck will take a walk on down to first. Are we making a PBE Umamase Discord as there's a single in the right field? Has a chance to score a run. He slides. He's in ahead of the throw. Safe. RBI number 17 for Perez. Puts the Hepcats within 1. Looked like a double play ball, but they just get the 1 out, and they will immediately pay for it as we now have a tie game here into the 5th. Was he out at 3rd? No, right? Okay, he's safe at 3rd. But a fly ball into left will keep him at 3rd. 3 runs across here in the top of the 5th. There was a home run. And then a little bit of a hit parade to get 2 more in. We have a brand new ball game here, halfway through the 5th inning. Swifties have answered back all night. They'll do just that with the second pitch of the inning, delivered for a single. It's going to be up to Confused and Rule now. Is that Raul or Rule? The minor league names always get me. 2 on, 2 out. Fumble Bumble will have 2 in scoring position now. No harm done yet. See if they can get the out here. Make the wild pitch moot. They do just that. In the center field it goes. But they got a guy there. And his name is Metz. He's due up second in the inning. He hits 364. He is the center fielder. He's a switch hitter. And he's awaiting on Tatton. We'll get on for him. He might make a big turn here at second. He was going all the way, and the throw cut off by the second baseman means he's in at second easily with a double. So runner in scoring position for Mets, and they will opt to just hit him. Get him over to first base. We ain't dealing with that. Justice, now the hot hitters, maybe not a better option, but they get the fielder's choice. They take the middle run at second base. Gonna test the arm of the center fielder here. Slides in safe. It's pretty shallow. But I guess Tatton is a good runner there at third. Fumble bumble. Second baseman had to leap to make the catch there. Came off the bag, allowing the runner to reach safely. Much like the passed ball last half inning, that fumble bumble does not hurt them as they're able to get the next out pretty quick. Gawther now with a deep drive into right field, but that is caught shy of the wall. I thought that was going. I'm not predicting him well today. And then Fan will strike out. I believe that was Kansas City's first lead of the ball game after that 6th inning. We head into the 7th now. It's baseball, though. It doesn't really matter how long you hold the lead. It just matters who's got it when the final out is recorded. Kansas City Hepcats are making a bid to be that team as they put 2 on with no outs here. Billy Jones going to do his best to limit the damage. They get that middle runner like they like to do. Fly ball to center. We'll see if the Hepcats are as aggressive in sending as the Swifties were. Oh, no, that was the Hepcats. So, yep, they are aggressive again. Kirkland at third this time, Tatton the batter. And they will tack one on, score the 1-point conversion on the touchdown. Stretch time, we head to the bottom of the 7th. We can go around the league maybe. Lemurs 7-4 over the Firehawks. Chicago up 7-3 over Anchorage. Bruce City Bears have 7 against the 2 of Florida. We started with the Lemurs, right? And then I missed. The Dillos are up 7-0 over Puerto Rico. Inning over. 6 outs to go for each squad. Kansas City to add to their lead. State College to take it. Call that an error on the fielding of the ball. Booted it instead of gloving it. Lets the runner reach. But if they keep him at first base, not a big deal. They don't. It's going to be first and second now for Kirkland, the DH, who's hitting over 350. Not able to get the hit here. We go bottom 8 to the State College 16s. 7, 8, 9 man for the Swifties. We had a ground out. We had a strikeout. What is that face, John? And for the number 9 man, that was just fair. He had 1 foot on either side of the line there, picked up the ball on the chalk, and threw it over to first for the final out of the inning. What is this face, Jen? The Miners is doing the most. It's 7, 8, 9 up here for the Hepcats, too. See if they can do better than the Swifties, who went 1, 2, 3 in that same situation. They won't. So for the Swifties, this is who you want to have the bat in his hands. Your number 1 guy leading off the bottom of the 9th inning. He can't win the ball game. He just needs to get on and hope that the guys behind him can do just that. I think he's going to fly out instead, though. Center fielder parks under it, makes the grab. Gawther now. They keep testing the center fielder. I don't think that's the path to victory. 2 quick outs here. It's up to Fan. If he can get on, they got 2 hot hitters coming up. He will do just that. Passes the stick to the next guy right now. That's all you can do. Duckley could tie it. It would take a long ball. He made a bid for it, but hauled in by the center fielder. That will be the ball game. State College looked like they were going to cruise to victory here. They took their foot off the gas after the 2nd inning. The Hepcats just chipped away until they looked up and saw themselves winning. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Commish. Just missed some great action between the Swifties and the Kansas City Hepcats. I know Commish has rated us before, so you're probably familiar with the PBE, but just in case you aren't, I'll remind everybody that every player you see here is controlled by one and only one real human being. You get to make one player and follow them through their career from the minor leagues, which is where we are right now with Kansas City and State College. You get drafted into the major leagues and can go through a whole career, maybe make it into the Hall of Fame. I think you see that exclamation mark PBE link in the chat. You can click that form to create your player. We hope to see you soon. We'll just highlight Green Fan as our player of the game here. Part of the fun of everyone getting to have their own players, they get to name them, and that means I can't read none of them, but we do our best. We're just going to go around the box scores here quickly. The Lemurs take a 9-4 win over the Firehawks. Renslow will take the win. Whitome will take the loss. Gerhart will take the save, and Hoff will be the player of the game. Kansas City Cats and Swifties we just saw, so we'll skip right over that. Go to the Dillos and the Ranas, where the Dillos defend home territory. They win this one 7-0, shutting out the Ranas. We're still stuck on 6 wins for the season. Greep will take the win, Ribbit the loss. Your player of the game is Greep. Kingpins and Wheelers. Kingpins ride a big 7th inning where they put 4 runs up to get to 7 and hold a lead there. Hands will take the win, Muffin the loss, Martino the save, and a first is our player of the game. And last but certainly not least, never the least in my heart at least, the Brew City Bears win this one 10-2 against the Florida Flamingos. Tough team to be battling, but they were up to the challenge at the Brew City Coliseum. Adams takes the win, Whitman the loss, Rayner is our player of the game. It's like 3 home runs, probably instrumental in the Bears getting this win here. Go ahead and hit a file save. And we'll go up to the majors now, where the Buffalo Surge took a narrow victory over the Sloths 6-4. They got out hit 5-8, but they beat them where it counted. Phil Topaldi will take the win, Wolf the loss, Martinez the save, and Swishman is your player of the game. Next up, the Crabs will curb the Raptors 5-3, scoring all 5 runs in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings. 10 hits to 9. Cologne is the winner. Farnsworth takes the loss. Crunch the save. And Ji Woo is your player of the game. No home runs in that one. Next on the slate, it's the Outer Banks Aviators and the Toronto Pathfinders. Aviators win this one 3-2 in a pitcher's duel, scoring 1 run in each of the 3rd, 4th, and 6th innings. Jones will take the win. Winalito will take the loss. Silliams Jr. the save, and Jones is your player of the game. And the Vandals cannot be stopped right now. Their 10th consecutive win with no end in sight. They win this one 7-2. They're on the road. It don't matter. 10-7 here. Nasty takes the win. Tank the loss. Your player of the game, starting pitcher Nasty. Down in the Champions Conference, the Seattle Sea Serpents take a road win here over the Apex. 3-2. They scored all 3 runs in the 8th. Is that just one big bop? Let's take a look. Pitching, home runs, 1 on. That was their 2 runs. This one had 2 on, 1 out. So there was 2 home runs hit in this game for all 5 combined runs. That's how we got that final score. Obel will take the win. Lovehammer the loss. Pelikai the save. And your player of the game is Chicken. Next up, the Toros and the Space Rangers. Big win for the Toros here, 10-1. Space Rangers still looking for their first win of the stream. Cowgill will take the win. George Braxton the loss. He's still seeking his first win as a pitcher this season. Player of the game will be starting pitcher Cowgill. Stars and Rougarous, here's another close one. This one 4-3 the final, 7-6 in hits. 2 errors for the Rougarou could have been the difference in this one. John takes the win. Whiskey the loss. Katarina the save. And your player of the game is John. And last but not least, my personal favorite, Demons. They will find their first loss this stream after a 7-run first inning for Aria. At least I assume that's Aria, right? Because they scored more here. Yes, Aria would have kept the loss. 11-8 the final. The Kid takes the win. Aria the loss. Xavier the save. Flamingo, your player of the game. We got another quick sim next on the agenda, and then we'll take a look at the San Antonio Sloths taking on the Buffalo Surge before we end the stream on an off day. So without further ado, we'll finish the day. We will autoplay all the games today. And we'll take a look at the box course. 4-2 your final here in New York. Excuse me. 10 hits to 8. Jones takes the win. Max Velo will take the loss. Moose Jr., your player of the game. A couple home runs for New York. Someone took extras. Maybe we'll look at this full box score. We like to see extras. Tried to tie it in the bottom of the 11th. Actually, looks like maybe they won on an error. There was a double and then reached on an error, driving in 1 run. Hate to have that feeling on your heart as a defender, making the error that lost you the game. We'll highlight Stewart, 2 hits and 5 tries. He had 2 runs, 3 RBIs to go with it. On the flip side, Buffalo, we've got Splorger with 2 hits, 2 RBI, and a run. Those are the only 2 hitters in the game to go multi-hits. Pitching-wise, now they're starting to get a decision, but Namanon went 7.1 with 1 earned. Did an excellent job putting his team in position to win the game, but Westbrook blew the save. 2 unearned runs to blow the save, and then Boba picks up the loss a couple innings later in the 11th. And It's a Feminine Namanon will be your player of the game. All right, Crabs Raptors. Raptors shut out here. They're looking for win number 4. Crabs not going to give it to them just yet, though. 11 hits to 7. They did a good job scattering 7 hits across 0 runs. Holmes takes the win. Phantom the loss. Player of the game is Holmes. Excuse me one moment. Sorry about that. Down the latter half of my stream, I always like to order a little tea to soothe the old vocal cords. And we just got just that. Where were we? We were on Toronto and the Aviators, right? 4-5. 2 runs. Right? Did we do Crabs and Raptors? Yeah, they were shut out. Holmes won. Player of the game. Phantom lost. If we didn't, we just did. The Pathfinders fell short 5-4. 3 home run game from OBX. Probably a big reason why they won that one. No long balls on the other side for Toronto. Who could ever solve that riddle there, Kamish? Yeah, I used to do the same thing. But literally I watched the Nationals, and there's like a Bob Carpenter, who's a great broadcaster, has a sponsorship with Lipton Tea for Constant Comment. I saw a box at the grocery store and bought it, and I was like, this stuff actually works. He knows what he's talking about. So there's my shout out for Constant Comment Tea. But back to the Aviators and the Pathfinders. Nansen takes the win, Foot the loss, Silliams Jr. the save, and Nansen will be our player of the game before we head into the Champions Conference. We got Toros Space Rangers. That is quite a lopsided score there. Yeah, in the first inning is about when I run out of beer watching the Nationals. Is that Pedro Martini? Is that who we're excited about? Sure is. He takes the win. 1 run given up might not even be his. Rubbish takes the loss. Martini, your player of the game. Huge offensive output from the Toros. Next up, Rougarous and Stars. Rougarous get shut out here by the Stars, who win this one by a score of 3-0. 9 hits to 4. Is that War and Peace taking the win? Eshelman Jr. the loss. De Nunez the save. And Peace will be our player of the game here. Down in Detroit, the Death Valley Scorpions put up a lopsided one of their own with a 9-run 9th inning. What happened there? 16 hits, 16 runs to 3. Rusey will take the win. McGoat faced the loss. Reeves the player of the game, and this might be a homer pick, but I'm just curious who all we threw out to the pen. Not good. Not ideal at all. Oh. going to be an interesting start in a couple days. But move along to the Apex and the Sea Serpents. I'm sure that won't have lasting repercussions. There's a lot of lopsided games in the Champions Conference. I mean, you had the close one of the Stars and the Rugers, but every other game was decided by what? At least 13 runs? At least 11, I guess. 10? I can maths, I swear. 12-2 here, the final. McFlourish the win. DeVries the loss. McFlourish is our player of the game. As we head down to the minors, where we will autoplay these games as well. Seen a lot of 7-run performances here. Dillos take a 7-1 win here. 8 hits each team. Very economical for the Dillos. Not so for the Puerto Rico Ranas. Diak will take the win. Yoj the loss. Slam Squatch is your player of the game. Kingpins shut out the Wheelers 7-0. Wheelers only able to manage 3 hits. Ringy will take the win. Tomato the third is our loss. Corrigan the save, and Ringy our player of the game. Do want to check this one out. It's a walk-off win for the State College Swifties against one of their rivals, Kansas City Hepcats. Looks like a bottom of the 9th solo home run. That's pretty much everybody's dream, is to be the batter, hit the solo home run to walk-off win. For a minor league batter to do it, it's always exciting stuff. 16 hits to 11. That is Duckley Jr. We'll start with Kansas City batters. We'll have to look at the leadoff man, Metz, who went 3 for 5, 2 runs, 4 RBI with a strikeout. Let's find Duckley, the cleanup guy for State College. He goes 3 for 5, 2 runs, 4 RBI, struck out once, walked off the game. Pitching-wise, neither starter going to get a decision. It was an okay start from Monington. Abner, though, would like to put this one behind him, 7 runs in 3.1 innings. Duds will take the loss in the blown save for Kansas City. We're trouble. Will take the win. The Swifties, that's got to be a Taylor Swift. Newt, you were trouble when you walked in. Press Duckley Jr., much deserved player of the game, walk-off hero. Next up, Firehawks Lemurs. This one's a close one, 6-5. Crown will take the win. Jimmy the loss. Gerhart the save. Player of the game is Hoff. And finally, the Bears. A lot of close games here. It wasn't so close, then they gave up 3 runs in the 8th to make it a nail-biter. But 7-6 for the Bears. Evens their season record at 16 wins, 16 losses. Pizza Nader the third will pick up the win. Johnson the loss. Voss the save. And JJ, your player of the game. File save. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our last matchup of the day. It's going to be San Antonio and Buffalo before we close things out with an off day. Let's get up to the majors. Make sure my days are right. Yep, it's the 31st. Finish the day. It's payday, everybody. 1st of June. We are looking for the sloths. Okay, I was staring right at it. Sloths and search. Prediction is up. There's about 20,000 channel points on it already. Who scores first, the Sloths or the Buffalo? It is a who scores first, so need to get your points in now if you're wanting to do that. Smart money might just be on the Sloths. World champions in the logo. They are the favored by the sim here. If you don't count Caden Trantraw, who has great success in his career against Brigham Irons. Pitching-wise, it's the lefty Johnny Tatum, 2.32 ERA, 11.4 strikeouts per 9. He's taken on the righty Brigham Irons of the Buffalo Surge. 4-2 the record, 5.13 ERA, 10.1 strikeouts per 9. Pretty close in the overall department. Tatum having the much better season so far, though. To highlight our batters, let's look at the 378 with a homer, 17 for 45 hitting Avada Kedavra. Switch hitting catcher for the Surge. On the flip side, we'll look at the leadoff man, Caden Trantrow. Yeah, 17 for 54, like we said. Without any further ado, last chance for that prediction. We're going to start this game up. And here it comes, Brigham Irons delivering the pitch. 1-2 to Trantrow. It will be served into center field, where the center fielder makes a long run in, but is able to snag it easily. One's on the ground just short. Sullivan Jr. is our last hope to stay out of a 1-2-3 inning. Third baseman's got it, slings it over to first base, and we have just that. 1-2-3. Surge will look to make their mark first here with Itsumi Mayo. Center fielder, left-hander, facing a left-handed starting pitcher. Swings through a fastball at 95 miles an hour. The hot-hitting Kerry Kelly, first baseman. Not seeing that one well. He took one right on the corner. Strike 3 called. Splorger, so a strikeout looking, a strikeout swinging. The first out was to second. 6 up, 6 down in the game. 3 up, 3 down for each side. Make it 4 up, 4 down for the Sloths. They got the hot-hitting catcher Littleton coming up, though. See if he can make his mark on this game right here. That he will ground out meekly to the third baseman. Shortstop Kellen, now he's cold hitting. Fly out to the right fielder, and we are 6 up, 6 down for the Sloths. Vada Cadaver looking for the first hit in the ball game. He's our highlighted catcher for the Buffalo Surge. And you can see why, as he drills this one into the right field corner. Big turn of first. Catchers don't always run that well, but he's able to get in ahead of the throw for a double, our first hit of the ball game. Tomlin now will take a walk on down to First Base Avenue. Swing and a miss. So 1 out now with 2 on. We're looking at Bobrist, the right fielder. This could be 2. 6-4-3 double play erases any threat that the Buffalo Surge had, but they do get their first hit on the board. Got to feel good about that. Stewart, Huncho, and Skoden now looking to make sure that they don't go 9 up, 9 down. And is that caught? He does. He catches that in a leaping grab. I thought I saw something bobble out there. Must have been the wind. Strikeout here of Honcho, and it's up to Skoden to avoid having the first time through the lineup being a big fat 0 for 9. He will strike out swinging, so 0 for 9 go the San Antonio Sloths in the first 3 innings. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Center fielder made a nice play, and he will come up in this inning. It's Mio, who had that great leaping catch towards the wall, willing to sacrifice the body if it came to it. And here he is on the ground. It's going to be the third baseman, take the first out unassisted, makes a throw to second, but they call him safe. Usually if the first baseman wants to have a double play, he's going to have to make the throw before he does the whole base tagging thing, but might as well throw it, as long as you're not going to make an error. No damage done here. Sloths are still looking for anything to go right offensively, and this could be it with a 3-1 pitch. There goes the perfect game. Mander walks to first base. O'Sullivan in now. They'll erase him on the double play, so he's spaced to the minimum. The perfect game is still gone, but Brigham Irons has faced the minimum now through 4 innings. Definitely the story of this game, as Splorger now tries to make it to first. Of course, the byline of the story would be that neither team has actually put anyone around a home plate. Surge got someone to second. I don't think anybody's touched third this game just yet. This could be the first hit for the Sloths, and it is just that. Kind of a lazy blooper, but you take them however you can get them. Maybe that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. This one's skied a mile high. Will be caught by the right fielder. A strikeout here. Irons appears unfazed by that first hit. They'll take the quick out, 6-4, on the fielder's choice to retire the side. Scoreless game. Guess we haven't had a real pitcher's duel yet, so it seems fair. The who scores first prediction that I said we needed to get our points in right away for, because it could be decided quickly. Still hanging out. Go figure. Pop fly there. And another quick inning. We're through 5. It's scoreless. Teams have 3 hits between them. A walk here or there. Defense has been good. No errors. A couple double plays turned. Cold hitting Honcho, designated hitter below the Mendoza line, will check in here with a knock. And speaking of the double plays, he is gone. Trantrow now. He's the batter that we highlighted for the Sloths, and good to see him check in. Was looking like a fool while he was 0 for 2, but 1 for 3, respectable in a 5-hit ball game. And he'll take second. Why not? Not getting much offense any other way. Might as well take it where you can get it. Oh, bang, bang play at first base, but the ump calls him out. No challenge from the dugout. We play on bottom 6th. Strikeout from Itsumi Mayo. Kelly here. He's plunked. See if the first run of the game can come from a hit batter. That would be baseball. Is it going to be a double off the wall? Yeah, it is. Why not? And they'll round... No, okay. Made the turn at third, but came back. So it's just 2 in scoring position now for Avada Kedavra. The batter that I highlighted, he's going to plug the gap off the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. He's sliding into second. And we have our first run and our second run of the ball game. Big, booming double off the bat of Avada Kedavra. And they ain't done yet. That's up the middle. Will they send the catcher? They do. The throw in. Not in time. He slides in ahead of the tag. Out of nowhere, we've got 3 runs scored and we got a ball game. This could be 2. 4-6-3. They end the inning. But the way this game has gone so far, I think the Surge are content to pick up 3 runs. Hand the ball back to the starter. Irons now working on his 7th inning. He's only at 71 pitches, but maybe showing signs of weakness as he gives up a leadoff single. Taking on the cleanup man, Woofington Jr. now. It's a fly ball here. Hot hitting Littleton, someone you got to be careful about working around. A 1-1 pitch served. Just got under it. It squares that up a little better. That might be into McCovey Cove. That one might be into whatever is the opposite of McCovey Cove. Nope, that's that warning track pop that never ceases to confuse me. Hashtag Surge on. Indeed. Surge looking to surge on with a couple more runs. That's not how you do it, though. Did anyone explain to Buckshank that you're actually wanting to hit the ball? But not like that. Come on, Dog Maple. It's been a fast-moving game. We're already into the 8th inning here. Did not go around the league because things kind of got exciting around the time I normally would, and now we're kind of in a close game towards the end, so you'll just have to look up in the out-of-town scoreboards yourself. We'll stay right here with the action because that's a ball off the wall. Rounding second, headed for third. The ball's in, so I don't think they'll test the arm. They don't. This is how Buffalo got started. 2 on, no out. 1 run is in. The second run will stay parked with no outs. They've got 1 in. The tying run is at first base. Winning run in the batter's box. His name is Trantrow, and he sends one a mile high into right field where it is caught just shy of the track. Deep enough to score the run? Yes, it is. He's in ahead of the throw. Tying run, crucially, stays at first base there, not able to advance on the throw. And now here comes Jerry Mander, who will take a look at the pitch. He doesn't like it, but it is right at the knees for called strike 3. And O'Sullivan Jr. doesn't have much more luck. He's swinging at a pitch. Pretty much the same spot, right at the knees. But if you're the Sloths, you got to be happy with that. You come back out. Your pitching staff maybe can put a 0 on the board, and then you come into the top of the 9th. You just need 1, maybe 2. You've done it once before now. And here comes Enhanced Robo-Dibble? Is that the name? Cybernetically Enhanced Robo-Dibble. All right, here's Splorger. It's a ball onto the warning track, and it is caught. So we head to the top of the 9th. Sloths need at least a run to keep the game alive. First pitch is gonna be a leadoff infield single. Did that kind of funny thing where it curves. This one could be 2. No, he bobbles it. They got to call that an error. An error on the third baseman puts 2 on and no out. That's the last thing you wanted to pop up on the infield. Can't get that runner over to third base where he could have been the tying run at third base. maybe could have scored on this, but now there's, just as quickly as there was 2 on, there's now 2 outs. It's all up to Honcho, the cold hitting DH, batting 195, and he will ground out softly to the shortstop, who makes the easy throw to second and retires to side, ends the game. Yeah, bend don't break. He's bailed out by some good defense. Just bad timing on the hitting that. I think that really the beginning of the end was that infield pop-up. Because I think if they had gone deep fly to deep fly, it would be in a tie game. Brigham Irons, of course, going to be your player of the game. He went 7.2, gave up 2. Not that Tatum did too bad. 7.1 gave up 3. They should be good enough to win a lot of games, just not this one. And we will file save. This is our final sim day. We're going to advance the day one more time to an off day, but this is it. This is all she wrote. And we'll start things off with the Crabs. They take a road win 9-2 over the Raptors. I think we're going to take a peek at this DVS game. Got a couple performers. Oh, never mind. We'll look at a different game. I didn't see who they were playing against. Pitch Lord is your winner here for the for the Crabs. PKVS, the loss. Pitch Lord, your player of the game. Pathfinders and Aviators. Aviators win this one. A couple of home wins here to start off our box score round tripper. 7-3 here, 15 hits to 9. Kelly takes the win. Random the loss. King the save. LeSwift is our player of the game. Voyagers and Vandals. 6-3 here. Another home win. Look at that, actually. The home teams clean swept the Legends. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Stover takes the win. Beans the loss. Jones the save. Player of the game is Strange. And yes, as I alluded to, close game here. Sloss put up 2 runs in the 8th to make the game interesting in the 9th, but they weren't able to get it done. Out hitting them 8-5, and the Surge even committed an error, but they were able to hold it together. We watched this game. I don't know why I'm reading this box score. I was just excited that every home team in the Legends Conference won. Down in the Champions, did every road team win? My goodness, the parody. Took 10 innings, but the Seattle Sea Serpents win this one in the top of the 10th. Big time. Hey, my wife, the late, great Ruth Heater Ginsburg, Crabs legend, Surge legend. So, there's a spot in my heart for them, is all I'm saying. Obel takes the win, Noble the loss. Calvin Ball, your player of the game here. Slumping Space Rangers lose again, not able to find their 5th win in this stream. Cancun Toros win 6-2. Pecora the win, Yetef the loss, and Pecora is your player of the game here. Rougarou and Stars, this one was really close. Looks like it was a 4-2 ball game coming into the top of the 8th inning when the Rougarous put it together, got 3 runs in, and held on the rest of the way for the win. Rothschild will take the win, Katarina the loss, Jumbo the save, and Mulder is your player of the game. And last but not least, we'll click into this one because there were some great performances for the DVS. They win this one 14-3, 15 hits to 7. That is me starting the game. I was wondering if this was the start that got messed up by the stamina. Geez, who to not highlight on the Surge? I'm sorry, on the Scorpions. The S names. We got to look at Smalls, I guess. 3 for 5, 2 runs, 5 RBI. It's a great day for him. For Detroit, we'll go 2 hits for Poe, 2 runs and RBI. Just left 1 on base. Poe had a double. Bummus, 8 innings, 2 earned runs, an excellent start. I think he was one of those 2 performers on the day, and Bockel Jr. came in and was pretty clean in relief. Mulligan gets the loss. He was not good. Bass Reeves, your player of the game. Happy Bummus with the 60 months. Thank you. Go down to the minor leagues here. I saved, right? We'll do it again. Dillos and Ranas. Dillos win this one in big fashion, 10-1. Oaklawn takes the win. Practice the lost. DeLine Court will take the player of the game. Kingpins and Wheelers. Wheelers will be shut out by the Kingpins. It's a 3-0 game here, sending the home team fans home quite upset. Wooler will take the win. Pythagoras will take the loss. Martino the save, and player of the game for Pythagoras. Bears and Flamingos. My heart continues to be crushed here. 4-2 loss for the Bears. Flamingos. Winner is Kingdom. Express will take the loss. Veja the third with the save, and Kingdom, your player of the game. Almost done with... That's a scary thought, Hummus. Next up, the Lemurs will stay hot. They beat the Firehawks 5-2. Big third inning, 4 runs there. Smoltz takes the win, Pebbles the loss. Ronaldo the save. Smoltz your player of the game. And last but not least, the Swiss Deeds. A team I've played for has won on the day. It is the Swiss Deeds. 11-2 victory here, 5 hits to 16. Kitmaker is the winner. Miller the loss. Player of the game, Duckley Jr. And ladies and gentlemen, that does it. We're going to advance the day for the off day, but that should close us out here. It was a great day of PBE action. I'll go get the upload started, and then we can we do some Ask the Booth or something. Or we can sit here in awkward silence. It's your call, chat. My wife brought me chips and cheese. I could just eat chips and cheese. But I'd love to field questions. How's everybody doing? How's everyone's night? Who had a good night? Who had a bad night? Winston's good. He snuck in here in the middle of the stream. I took a little nap. And then he had to get kicked out. Not that he was being bad. We also have another dog now, Franklin, who was being a terrorist. He was scratching at the door. I don't know if that got picked up on the mic, but even if it didn't, it was distracting me, so I had to let Winston out because, much like Winston is my favorite dog, Winston is also Franklin's favorite dog. Your neighbor pooped on your lawn. That's... Yeah, I would hope his dog. If it's the neighbor, I don't know, you get that on Ring, you got... You could have a new neighbor if you wanted, that's all I'm saying. That's public indecency. Our neighbors have a Chihuahua that they let out off leash and don't supervise, and she, I think, frequently does the dirty in our yard too, so we feel that. It is awful. Not fun. Bad neighbors. Biggest surprise of the season for me? Did I click OK? No, I never click OK. Why would I click OK? Biggest surprise of the season for me? Probably that I let myself be fooled. You know, I'm obviously very selfish and always think of my player first. Mulligan finally had a good season last year, and I was like, this is it. He's turned the corner. He's going to be good now. He's not. Other than that, I don't know if it's a surprise. I think the Champions Conference is going to be super tight, which is how I predicted it, and it is how it looks right now. I guess I will say that the Vandals had the 10 win streak? Did that end? Did they win every game this stream? I stopped thinking about it towards the end. I didn't see like a newsline that said snapped the win streak. We'll have to check that before we finish the upload. But yeah, if the Vandals are still on a win streak, then that would have to be the biggest surprise of the season so far, is that the Vandals are just ripping through wins. How about yourself? What's chat's biggest surprise on the season? Okay, yeah. Still, though, 10, 11 games, however many it ended up at, nothing to sneeze at. And the PBE especially, I mean, that's basically 10% of the season. Oh, yeah, and Maurice Bernard, he's the one that had the .48 ERA, right? That's insane. That's cursed. You just know there's going to be like... That's just not allowed. Yeah, 2 teams not at 5 wins. Not ideal. I'm going to out Leatherneck Mike. I can see in the activity feed. He's also playing Umamase, so... That could be my biggest surprise of the season. That Twitch chat in this stream completely devolved into Umamase chat. Everyone DM Mike on Discord and ask him who his favorite horse is. The PBE were food, what would it be? PBE were food. It's baseball. I feel like is hot dog a cop out? Yeah. What is a hot dog with hummus on it? Is it just crazy enough to work? Has anyone ever had a hot dog with hummus on it? That sounds crazy. I like to put a little mayonnaise on a hot dog, and I'm frequently told that's illegal. So if I can't put mayo on a hot dog, I have to assume that hummus is a bigger no-no than that. But old reliable peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Something reliable, steady, tasty. Well, I've got a hashtag Ask the Chat. What's everybody reading? Anybody reading anything good? I'm reading a fantasy book called "The Spear Cuts Through Water." It's too big brain for me. That's my book report on it so far. Sometimes fantasy books, they're too big brain for me. But I'm enjoying it. None. I mean, we moved to Savannah almost 2 years ago now, and I went to some games last year when I was visiting the office. I've been up to visit the office twice this summer, but the first time I went, the Caps were in the playoffs, and I was like, playoff hockey, Nats game. Playoff hockey, Nats game. Playoff hockey won hard. So I went to 2 Caps games. And then when I went last time, the only home game they had the whole like 8 days I was there was the Sunday that I flew in to Baltimore. And I was like, I'm not flying to Baltimore and then driving to Nats Park and back. So staying in Baltimore. Yeah, no, I moved like 2 years ago. Been to some Bananas games. Those are good. Hard to get tickets to, but fun. They're always a good time, especially here in Savannah. I mean, when they run the concessions and stuff, like the Bananas tickets come with like all you can eat hot dogs and sodas and stuff like that. Excuse me. It's just always a ton of fun. It's kind of like sensory overload is the only drawback. There's so much going on; it can be hard to like figure out what to look at any given time. Also, the locals are constantly upset that the Bananas are on their like world tours. They don't have nearly as many home games here in Savannah as they used to. But we still sneak in when we can. It's a good time. They added more seating too. I've looked at the like world tour tickets, and yeah, those tickets are cost an arm and a leg. They keep doing it for a couple more years. I'm sure they'll come down eventually, right? Yeah, I guess personally, my favorite element of Banana Ball is when somebody strikes out and the umpire twerks on them, because that is just subjectively funny to me. When you strike out and you're feeling bad about yourself, and then the umpire of all people twerks on you. And those umps can get down and dirty. I'll tell you what. The upload is going in the background, I promise. Should be done. I think we're on like July 1st. That's how we'll know we did it. June 2nd. That looks right. Right? Yeah, okay, we did it. We did it. June 2nd. We made it. Upload is did. And for me, chat, that's all I got. This is your last opportunity for parting shots. I will just say, exclamation mark charity. I'm gonna do it. Do the charity. Put some stuff up. Donate some money. It's for good causes. We're supporting UNICEF and something else I should remember, but don't. Shout out to the mods, to the prediction makers, to the stat team and Punk and the graphics team who puts together the graphics. Shout out the charity team for putting together the charity, and HO. Nobody ever shouts at HO. Shout out HO. They have a thankless job, and they do great. Shout down Hummus. He beat my team today, and for that we hate him. And with that, that's all I got. I hope everyone has a good night, and I'll see you next time. This is the part where I would say do what it says on the left side of your screen, but if anyone has that, please send it to me. I lost it. I want my GTFO screen back. I'm putting out an APB. I'm putting out a missing poster. If Hummus will let me, I'll give you 10 million PBE bucks. Find me pictures of Spider-Man. But in this case, Spider-Man is the stream ending screen that says GTFO in the corner. And that is my parting shot of the day. Take care, everyone. Bye.